Hello. Do you know that many believers are not spiritual? Many believers, they are not spiritual. I'll tell you why. If a child of God is spiritual, I get to be. There are some things eh, you wouldn't ask anybody. There are some things eh, that will be happening. You go to God in prayer to ask why is this thing happening. Sometimes I use see some believers, what they will tell you that if when they are preaching or when they are teaching, they will tell you many of believers, if you go to their compound and ask people about them, who is this person, they will give you bad report, they will give you bad record. My dear, it's not advisable. How can you go to a compound to ask about a fellow believer, his character, his attitude, and his behavior about him, when you can pray and God will reveal to you whom that person is? Don't you know that we have revelational scriptures? If you don't know, let me tell you now. Use Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3 to pray and ask who is that person. That's what I do. Say, call unto me, and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty things which thou knowest not. Use Amos 3 verse 7 to pray and ask if you want to know whom that person is. Say, the Lord God do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servant the prophet. Use Deuteronomy 29:29 to ask God. Use Matthew 10:26 to ask God whom that person is. And use Daniel, the book of Daniel. Pray, ask God to reveal to you whom that person is. Don't go and ask a witchcraft about a fellow believer. Don't go and ask an occult man about a fellow believer. They will give you wrong answer. What will happen when you go to ask somebody that this believer is destroying her kingdom or his kingdom, their coven, making their evil not to prosper, scattering all their works, all things they are doing in the night, in the midnight, making them not to go to meeting, making them not to fly. If you go and ask such believer about such person about a believer in the compound, what response would that person give to you? What response? Sometimes when I see believers saying certain things, especially the ones that are occupying sensitive position, I used to wonder, say, how did this person get to this level, to this position? How did devil? Things have changed. You don't do that. You go to ask. You go to ask. What response do you expect a witchcraft or an occult man to give to a believer? Somebody you know the alarm making the go meeting. You know the alarm making the fly. You know the alarm making the operate. I get me. You now saw opportunity. You now go to him or her. Say, this believer, how is he? What character? This and that. You know, one thing about many believers today that is getting on my nerves is that once they develop hatred, dislike against you, once they see you as a rival, I get me. They would like to indict you as it to find somebody to something to hold you against you, to in order to suppress you or oppress you or subdue you, which is very bad. It's not supposed to be like that. If you want to know something about somebody, pray, ask God to reveal to you. That's what I do. Don't go and ask unbelievers. Don't go and ask a witchcraft or a cult, who is this person? They will give you wrong answer. We should be guided. I used to remember somebody one time, the way they used to praise this woman. She is a woman of God. This one, that one, they preach, they do that one, they do that one. I just laugh, I just calm down. Say, this person like this. One day I just say, make I know who this person is. I say, oh God, I beg, stuff like that. I get him as usual. I was in Revelation. I just saw her inside one room, everywhere black. The word black cloth, black cloth. She was wearing black. I get him painted everywhere. When I opened the door, saw her, she was very angry. She was very angry. She was very angry, furious. I said, hey, I closed the door. I woke up. I said, see, no be every believer stay blind. Pray for the eyes of Elisha and the ears of Samuel. Pray for discerning, spirit of discernment. You will not be making certain errors. I don't believe in what person tell me about anybody, except God, what God tells me about that person, or when I see it. And you will be saying, you only base your conclusion or your judgment based on one side. You ask from one side, you draw your conclusion based on your conclusion on that place. You draw your judgment on that one based on one side. You didn't ask the second person what happened. When you come to pulpit, you start using to preach, you start using to teach. My dear, sorry. When rapture take place, my dear, don't be sorry, be unable, because you are acting falsely. Even court of law, they will give you fair hearing. They will hear from both sides. But this one, I didn't hear from both sides. You just use one side. You heard from one side and draw a conclusion. I start asking questions. If somebody do this one, why would this one do this one on the pulpit? My dear, sometimes many believers in the church, you need to go back for deliverance. You need to go back for to deliverance. You need to ask God where you have erred. Because many of us, I don't know, we are making errors and mistakes, but we think that we do. But sorry, when rapture take place, my dear, don't be sorry, be unable, because you are acting falsely. Even court of law, they will give you fair hearing. You will hear from both sides. But this one, I didn't hear from both sides. You just use one side. You heard from one side and draw a conclusion. I start asking questions. If somebody do this one, why would this one do this one on the pulpit? My dear, sometimes many believers in the church, you need to go back for deliverance. You need to go back to deliverance. You need to ask God where you have erred. Because many of us, I don't know, we are making errors and mistakes. But we think that we do, but we don't know. We think that we have arrived. We have not arrived anything. We are still learning. Please, we should be guided. We should be guided. We should be guided. How which this video can go viral so that people will learn from, believers will learn from this. We should be guided. Don't draw your conclusion, judgment based on one place, hearing from one side. That's out of hatred. That's out of dislike. To me, that's my own. That's out of hatred and dislike. Because if you love your brother, love your sister, once you hear from this side, you go to him or her, say, is it true? What happened? What really happened? Let me hear from you. What really happened? But you've not heard from him, from her. You draw your conclusion. Are you getting me? And once I find out such Christians, I used to run 440 from them. Many Christians are like that. They'll be blowing you breeze, but now then they kill you for back. Now then they hammer you for back. Hey, when they see you, man of God, woman of God, brother, sister, auntie, hey, how are you? How are you? But now then they hammer you for back. Now their meeting, their office, now they use the hammer you, they kill you, they do you evil for back. But when they see you for front, they call you, hey, man of God, hey, woman of God, hey, brothers and sisters. My dear, be guided. Church, you see the house of God, see, and people came there because they have problem. Are you getting me? People they came there because they have problem. You have to be guided. I don't have friends. What I have is brother in the Lord, sisters in the Lord. That's what I have. Brothers in the Lord, sisters in the Lord. That's what I have. Because what the experience I've had, what I've learned, if I make any error or mistake again, now me they go blame. I have myself to blame. If I have make any error or mistake again, I just say make I throw this. Me, my own is to open the eyes of the blind, open the eyes of the people. People should be learning. Know all these things. You should be guided, be careful, tread with caution. No be everybody wey dey see go open teeth. Sister, brother. God, when God has not shown you who somebody is, you have to be careful. I say make I drop this one. Please share am. Like, comment, so that others too can learn from it. Thank you.